Alright, let's go. So the first scene starts off where we see Yelena get sent by Valentina to do some small work, like taking out the security guard on top of this rooftop, giving belt to ass to even more security guards in the building, and telling a sob story to this tied up security guard, like describing her life after Black Widow got sent to the afterlife. A researcher ends up upping the pistol on Yelena, but she not even phased. She like, you really don't want to do this for real, you gonna regret it. But bro ends up doing it anyways, but completely misses, and Yelena punches his goofy in the gut, takes his gun, and throws him on the ground. I mean shit, she told you was gonna regret it. But my guy was prepared and had a trick up his sleeve and pulls out another gun. Yelena sneaks up on him and grabs him, but he ends up pulling the trigger and genuinely gets kicked out the server. Ooh, yikes, that is not a way you want to go, bro. So after Yelena's mission is, oh wait, give it a second. So after Yelena's mission is complete, she wondering what's the next moves. In the next scene, we see Bucky as a congressman, and that shit is frying me. I'm just imagining some reporter saying, so you're now a congressman, Bucky. How does it feel knowing you're the same guy who murked Tony Stark's parents and tried to kill Nick Fury? Next question. So we see the next person who would eventually be part of the Thunderbolts group, Yelena's dad, Alexei, aka the Red Guardian. Bro eating like a slob. This is the type of shit people who say, I'ma just take another gap year, bro, be looking like. He peeps at his daughter Yelena at the door and immediately locks in. This is how y'all be when fine shit at the door when y'all room be looking like this. After having a small talk with Pops, Yelena gets called to do another mission, to follow and take down Ghost in the Ox warehouse. She pulls up and John Walker comes out of nowhere. He tries to shoot Yelena, but she uses a briefcase for protection. How strong is that briefcase, bro? That shit eating every bullet. She then pulls her gun out and shoots him, but Walker uses his shield, a Captain America shield from Toys R Us. He kicks Yelena's gun, she dodges the next kick, then she punches him and puts him on the ground. Then Yelena goes flying after getting kicked. She then pulls a knife on Walker, but he genuinely not going for that shit. He throws her a second time and he like, bro, you didn't learn your lesson the first time? Then Taskmaster comes out of nowhere as well and starts fighting Walker. We see Ghost again and she starts fighting Taskmaster. Yelena's like, something not right here, and realizes that Valentina made each of them the targets of each other and they don't even realize it. So they continue to fight each other and Ghost blows Taskmaster's head smooth off. This had me feeling some type of way because I thought Taskmaster was gonna have a huge significance in the movie because she was in most of the promotional art. Goes to show anyone can get offed. No plot armor. Taskmaster, gone but not forgotten. They hear something in the corner and we finally see Bob. They like, who's this nigga? They end up getting trapped and turns out they have 2 minutes to find a way to escape or they're gonna turn it to past tense. They are gonna be fried like onion rings, but with some teamwork though, they end up finding a way to escape in the nick of time. We see Bucky at Valentina's event and Bucky out here spinning game at Val's assistant Mel. Bro talking about something we should collaborate one day and she gets to blushing. What you mean by collaborate, Bucky? I'll see the vision though. Shit, Mel bad as hell, I ain't gonna lie to you. Bro like, I'ma slide you my digits, let's talk later. Okay, Bucky? My fault, I was not familiar with your game. Bro been feeling himself ever since he entered politics. We don't do Winter Soldier. We now Congressman Barnes now. After escaping, Yelena sees a flashback where she ends up backdooring her homegirl and gets put on a t-shirt. You gotta realize though, she was in the Red Room and forced to do that shit. After witnessing it, she ends up seeing Bob and Yelena confused. Hold up. Wait a minute, something not right. Valentina peeps that they're all still alive and manage to escape from that ticking time bomb and sends the feds to the warehouse. But we see Alexei as the limo driver and he heard the whole thing. So they have a long way up to escape and this dude John Walker tries to aura farm and boost all the way up but miserably fails. Bro thought he was Steve Rogers. Stay in your lane, partner. So they think of a brilliant idea. With the power of friendship with an asterisk, they find a way to climb up. But in the middle of climbing, this dude Bob tries to ruin the whole thing by needing to sneeze. You better hold that shit in. They fall anyways and Yelena manages to save Bob. Crazy part about it, it wasn't even Bob's fault. This nigga John Walker always thinks he's the man with the plan. Bada bing bada boom, they end up escaping the warehouse and start impersonating as soldiers like it's a GTA heist to try and leave. But it's a strict program around here and the real soldiers get real suspicious about them and they get distracted by Bob fooling around. But that fooling around cost him and the soldiers genuinely Swiss cheese his ass. John Marston style. We find out that Bob has God mode equipped because he ate every bullet and soars up into the sky like he Peter Pan but falls back like a meteor. The group realizes Bob was a test experiment from Valentina called Project Sentry and then the next morning he gets shipped away. Alexei scoops them up and plays some goofy ass shit on the Ox in the middle of them getting shot down. They get taken down one by someone in the motorcycle and it's actually Bucky who blew up. These dumbasses think he trying to save them and start glazing, bro. But Bucky shoots a bomb at the car and John Walker's face says it all. So Bucky holds them captive, but they try to explain everything, but he's not buying it. But he gets a phone call by Mel. Hey, hold on, fine shit calling me, hold on. Hello? Hey Bucky, about Valentina, she has lost her goddamn mind. So Bucky ends up believing them and drives to what used to be Avengers Tower, but you know they gotta pull up with a grand entrance. Bucky drives through the building with zero hesitation. So after giving belt to ass to these security guards, they go up the elevator to meet Valentina.
You take me to him, take me to the son of a bitch.
They tell Valentina to wrap this shit up, bruh, but she starts scoring on their ass. Walker says,
"There's no way out of this one, you're done."
But Val like, who this motherfucker talking to? You better get your bootleg Great Value brand Junior Varsity Captain America ass on somewhere. Bro immediately uppulls on her. Walker not taking any disrespect, but they tell him to chill, gang, we gotta finish the mission. Bucky like, enough with this bullshit, and tries to put his hands on Val, but it looks like she got protection. And who's that protection, you're probably asking yourself? It's actually Bob, aka Sentry, who pulls up in this god tier fit. My boy looking fresh. Sentry like, y'all really don't want the smoke, but Alexei charges towards him and gets his shit tossed. Yelena like, whoa, but they fight him anyways. Ghost and Walker start punching on bro and they go flying. Bucky sprays his gun, but Sentry stops all the bullets. Alexei tries to stab him, but that shit don't work. He uses his telekinesis to throw Red Guardian out the window, keeps him in mid-air and throws him back in the building again. Aura Farmer final boss, bruh. Sentry on some nonchalant shit. It's like he bored at this point. One by one they all get defeated, but Bucky starts feeling himself and tries to fight Sentry by himself. Sentry ends up ripping his vibranium arm with ease and whoops bro with it. Bucky had a taste of his own medicine. It's like everyone in the MCU is trying to remove or destroy Bucky's arm, bruh. They leave in defeat and Sentry starts questioning himself. Why am I here? Why would a god with all the abilities from the original 6 Avengers listen to a puny human like you, Val? Val like, ah shit, it's a shame. I really liked you, Bob. Sentry like, fuck all that, and grabs her neck. Congratulations, Val, you played yourself. You created something that's out here giving you belt. Mel comes in clutch and activates the kill switch and they leave bro alone, but he slowly turns into his alter ego, the Void. We see Void and you can tell he on that demon time. Everyone's watching him up in the sky and they all like,
what the hell is even that?
All soldiers start blasting their guns, but Void turns them into darkness. Oh hell no. The helicopter goes down and causes all this destruction. Meanwhile, Void starts making New York City slowly turn dark. I like how all this commotion going on and this is probably Spider-Man right now. If it's not my movie or a big team up movie, it has nothing to do with me. I know Wilson Fisk aka Kingpin out here stressing, but he worried about Daredevil, Spider-Man, and Punisher. My guy, you have bigger things to worry about. Your city is literally turning black, bro. And for Spider-Man, I know bro got sucked into the void and seeing all those big traumatic memories. Like getting blipped, seeing Tony Stark and Aunt May die, his girlfriend and homie not even remembering him anymore. That shit definitely 10 times worse than what Mysterio was doing to his ass. Anyways, they get sucked into it and Bob has to face his alter ego, the Void. But Void whooping the coins out of him and everybody might be cooked. Bob throws a right hook but easily dodges it. Void then punches Bob in the gut twice and proceeds to fold him like an omelet. Then Void basically calls him a bitch. Me personally, Bob, I'm not letting my alter ego get away with that disrespect. Bob does not let that shit slide and starts tackling Void.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me.
Bob finally locks in and gets to fighting the Void back. Slowly but surely, the rest of the gang start helping Bob defeat the Void and New York slowly goes back to normal. After coming out of the Void, they see Valentina and I know she's scared as hell. They start coming after her and they find themselves in a press conference where Valentina brands them as the new Avengers. Yelena reminds her, you work for us. You thought shit was sweet. You not finna make us go through that traumatic experience just for you to get away with this shit. Several months later, we see the gang in these dripped outfits. It's clear the new Avengers have been eating good. They see something traveling through space and peep who it is. What a fantastic movie this was, man.
Say that again?
So yeah, that's the Thunderbolts. I mean, the new Avengers. My fault. Anyways, that wraps up the video. Hope y'all enjoyed another piece of absolute cinema. For my new viewers, y'all go hit that subscribe button because I drop these bangers weekly. Just found out the majority of people who watch me are not subscribed. So yeah, go ahead and hit that button. It's free. Anyways, I love you guys. Y'all go follow my IG and I'ma see y'all later.